A few courageous voices are defying the norm in a society where quiet is often purchased and secrets are valued like money. The ugly, possibly deadly, and actual reality is leaking out from beyond the velvet rope. This is not Hollywood fantasy. Our conversation is about actual life, not dingleberries and applesauce. And despite the consequences, actor Terrence Howard has always supported reality. He has lost enterprises as a result of his refusal to bend over, compromise, or accept positions that conflict with his values. Long before the Diddy controversy erupted, 50 Cent was outspoken about the matter. He asserts that rather than only avoiding Diddy's purported environment, he may have even protected others. It's not about dingleberries and applesauce, this is actual life, man. And that has always been my whole problem, and I have lost enterprises as a result of not compromising, playing homosexual parts, kissing men, or bending over backwards in that manner. I know you've been talking about it a lot on social media, and I'm the only one who's been vocal about it for a long time. However, I didn't take part, and I didn't go to the park. Puffy had asked me to come teach him how to do this for weeks, and he wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. He wants to get together with you next week, and I thought he was attempting to explain how my first movie worked to you. Join me in trying to become rich. As if the Diddy drama couldn't get any more bizarre, 50 Cent suddenly makes a strange claim that he may have really prevented Terrence Howard from being drawn into Diddy's bizarre world. He's a close buddy of mine. Yes, exactly. 50 Cent makes an incredible assertion just when the Diddy pandemonium looked to be at its height. He may have really prevented Terrence Howard from being enmeshed in Diddy's purported freaky world. Hold on, however, because it gets messier. According to the transcript, Terrence is now speaking out and yelling names. He is supposedly revealing how certain powerful business figures were more than willing to barter in their pride at those notorious events and never said no to Diddy. Terrence claims that he himself narrowly avoided the lunacy. And here is when things start to go wrong. According to reports, Terrence was contacted by Diddy's crew and asked to participate in a documentary series. Did he agree? According to what has been reported, Terrence and 50 had every intention of disclosing everything. The crucial issue now is, who gave Diddy the go-ahead? Some of your favorite rappers may be among the well-known names being mentioned. This tale is rapidly getting out of hand. Is 50 Cent indeed in possession of the receipts, prepared to reveal them all in that documentary series and expose everyone who supposedly showed up to Diddy's crazy parties? And what really happened when Terrence Howard was purportedly lured into one of those scenarios by Diddy? Let's dissect this insanity. Down, I'm always correct. I feel like I'm right when I'm right and I might have been right when I'm wrong. I'm still correct since I may have been mistaken. Terrence Howard just appeared on the PBD show and had an incredible interview, in case you missed it. He revealed how several well-known figures in the field blatantly compromised their morals in order to get entry to such exclusive professional gatherings. Then it became much more profound. Terrence didn't mince words when he said that Diddy's gatherings also included that same kind of dubious behavior. He made a suggestion that many celebrities didn't leave in the same manner that they arrived. Terrence also didn't deny that Justin Bieber may have been entangled in Diddy's purportedly perverse world when presenter Patrick Bet-David mentioned him by name. According to him, you can see how some of these stars are still carrying the weight of what went down. Finish the quote. Allegedly, whatever transpired at those gatherings left marks, and not in a good way. When you give up those things, do all those things. However, I've never seen someone get over losing their manhood. He implied that many celebrities didn't leave the Puffy party in the same manner that they arrived, and when host Patrick Bet-David mentioned Justin Bieber, implying that he may have been involved in Diddy's twisted world, Terrence didn't deny it. In fact, he went so far as to say, you can see how some of these stars are still carrying the weight of what went down. Whatever transpired at those gatherings left scars that don't go away. That was the only one that attended the Puffy parties. That was all the individuals who did all those things with the belief that there would never be any repercussions for their actions. They were all pounded and pimped out by someone who had more desire than being a man. Therefore, I think that's a major issue with many actors because they become fluid and then it's gone, leaving you without a basis to draw yourself back from. Therefore, keep your man card at all costs. Terrence, however, didn't stop there. He really dropped a bomb. He said that Diddy did attempt to approach him. Terrence says it was harmless at first. Diddy approached him while feigning that he needed assistance with his acting. Diddy abruptly changed the subject and began expressing interest in Terrence's music. Terrence's assistant intervened at that point and issued a warning. There was a strange feeling. Completely off. The worst part, however, is that the transcript indicates that Diddy wasn't the only one engaging in dubious behavior. Terrence said that he also had encounters with other well-known producers, all of whom made strange, backdoor offers to him. Terrence was adamant about his position. Whatever the offer, he was not going to sell himself out. He claims that as a result, he missed out on several significant Hollywood opportunities. He had to pay a price for being honest. Did you ever had the chance to accept an invitation and he declined? If so, what were the repercussions? For weeks, Puffy asked me to come teach him how to do this, and he wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Okay, what's the material you want to work on? I ask him as he sits there gazing. The next thing you know, he's simply staring at me. Well, would you assist me? I want to hear your music. I go over there, turn on the music, and he sits there waiting, staring at me. All right, so my assistant said, you know he wants to hang out with you next week. I thought, for what? I think he's trying to you, he says. Keep your hands off someone. Several producers approach you, and you threaten to knock them off their feet or punch them in the mouth if they speak to you or look at you like you're a lady. You may be certain that you will get a genuine response when you ask a real guy about his manhood. There's a difference between when a man enters a room and when he leaves. A man doesn't accept the same things, so he always acts like the man in the room, but he wasn't going to go out of his way in any manner. Thus, as you can anticipate, social media went crazy once Terrence's interview began making the rounds. People were constantly discussing the ramifications for other celebrities. According to the transcript's comments, certain males, like Justin Bieber, are having difficulty letting go of their problems and need treatment. Giving up integrity is framed as losing your man card, which leads to drug use and a loss of morals. It makes a comparison to how women exchange their bodies for roles, earning money and awards but sacrificing their dreams and souls in the process. If you lose your integrity in the process, it calls into question the worth of success. People were unable to stop chatting. Some guys struggle with that, and you see Justin Bieber struggling with that. They can't stop thinking about what they did, regardless of how they did it, whether they were intoxicated, high, or something else entirely. You need therapy when you give up your man card. And it is the most painful thing for them. That's what the business does to the women who trade their bodies to get the role. They get to the point where they have their Oscar and their money, but they no longer have their dream or the soul that they began with. As a result, they end up using drugs and try to get rid of any principles that may exist. In order for them to remain in power, even if I win all of the Nobel Awards for doing all of this, I will have to sacrifice my integrity in the process. The advantage is that you have to take over as principal if I compromise my integrity. The most bizarre aspect about the most bizarre aspect? The transcript claims that the majority of celebrities are remaining mute and pretending they have never even met Diddy. With the exception of a few daring ones like Cat Williams and 50 Cent. Everyone else is behaving as if they have no idea what they're doing. As of right now, Terrence is the only well-known celebrity to publicly admit that Diddy reportedly made an attempt to date him. People are watching, and that's a brave step. Regarding 50 Cent, he just revealed further information regarding his planned documentary on Diddy, which is purportedly called Did He Do It? He responded bluntly that it's easy when asked why he's one of the few people that speaks up. Even when people questioned him, he was outspoken before it really took off. Why didn't he keep quiet like others? He says he just didn't take part. Do it correctly. This is me. You've been talking about it a lot on social media. We did it, and I'm the only one who's spoken out about it for a long time. Oh, you've been saying this for a while, and then no one was paying attention. Now that it's coming out like crazy, but I didn't take part, and I didn't go to those parts. Yes, a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear about is because they participated in what? So, the question was, why didn't you attend those parties in the past? I know what was going on, of course, but why didn't you? I'm just not into all that weird. Like anything he does, I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm simply a bit more basic or average, if you will. Tyrese is now joining the conversation as well. The transcript states that he posted a screenshot of Terrence's interview on Instagram with the phrase, "No comment, I'm staying positive, God help us all." Finish the quote. In the meanwhile, 50's approach to remaining optimistic is to use the Diddy controversy as fodder for his Netflix documentary, which claims to reveal everything. This is when it becomes quite petty. According to rumors, 50 Cent has already contacted Terrence Howard to inquire if he would be interested in appearing in his documentary and sharing additional details regarding Diddy's alleged attempt to get him to participate in one of those notorious sessions. According to the transcript comments, 50 Cent's pettiness is unrivaled, and he started a bidding war over the matter, which led to Netflix purchasing the documentary series. When I say that 50 Cent is unrivaled, I mean it. In this fucking world, his pettiness surpasses that of anybody who has ever been petty. Child 50 Cent engaged Diddy in a bidding battle. Netflix purchased Do It Diddy Do It, baby. Therefore, a documentary series detailing all the events that have transpired since Cassie filed her case against Diddy will be released. Don't include 50 Cent in anything due of his unmatched pettiness. And to be honest, it's also not surprising that 50 wants Terrence to appear in the Did He Do It series, based on the transcript. Both of them have a past. Terrence was previously supported by the 50s, particularly when he came forth to claim that he had been defrauded of millions of dollars and that the major studios had banned him. They had both encountered the darker side of Hollywood. Terrence has been speaking out against industrial inequity more loudly than ever in recent years. However, he asserts that it goes deeper than money. According to reports, he thinks Hollywood is trying to deprive black males of their manhood. He said that the only reason he was called tough was because he refused to portray homosexual characters or wear dresses for parts that needed it. He also responded to Taraji P. Henson's assertion that black women in Hollywood get inadequate compensation. His answer? The transcript says he was not surprised at all. As he put it, this kind of disrespect has been happening for years. Finish the quote. Terrence then mentioned his own hustle and flow experience. He acknowledged that he may have taken some other decisions if he had been aware of how Hollywood really operated at the time. When the film came out in 2005, it was a big smash. It was released by Paramount and made over $75 million at the box office. Terrence earned a lot of money from it, however. A mere $12,000. Yes, he said, $12,000 for a leading part in a big-budget film. And it wasn't just that problem. Revolutionary, you see, I earned $12,000 just completing Hustle and Flow. Furthermore, Paramount chose to have their own DJ play the songs rather than listing my identity as Terrence Howard. Guess what? Paramount received the performance royalties. They paused and did not approach Terrence Howard. $12,000. That's all I've ever created with Hustle and Flow. Terrence claims that in order to finally get the money he has been due for the last 20 years, he is seriously thinking about suing Paramount. This is by no means the end of the narrative. Terrence threw another bombshell as well. He claimed that he only received $6,000 for his work in the Oscar-winning movie Crash. That is really crazy. He clarifies that performers are having difficulty and the strike occurred as a result of this kind of underpayment. He feels compelled to write them a letter requesting royalties and residuals for decades. Send them a letter or sue Paramount. I have to write them a letter saying, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and in performance royalties. Am I right? However, I didn't realize that I was just attempting to pay my rent when I earned $6,000 completing Crash. Do you recall the movie Crash? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Actors are suffering since the company doesn't pay them anything. This is the reason the strike is ongoing. 50 Cent wasted no time at all after learning about all of this. He rushed right in and volunteered to assist Taraji and Terrence. He invited them to visit G-Unit Film and TV and assured them that he would give them the compensation they were due. No games. It seems like the ideal time for them to maybe band together and reveal everything now that Terrence is coming out against 50's long-standing adversary, Diddy. However, the true issue remains, who did say yes to Diddy? Terrence was straightforward. He said rather bluntly that many guys in the business supposedly handed up their man card by allowing Diddy to take advantage of them. You can probably predict some of the names that are flying about, let's face it. According to insiders, 50 Cent is fully committed to this forthcoming documentary and is prepared to bring everyone's names to the fore. So, who will be the next to be cut? None other than Jay-Z is one name that keeps coming up. The receipts contradict Jay's recent aloof behavior, which suggests that he and Diddy were never even close. Prior to the controversy, Diddy used to refer to Jay as his extended family. He even said that Jay was his strategist and the first person he would contact if things didn't work out. Let's not forget the video in which Diddy said that Jay-Z performed at the Bad Boy 20th anniversary event instead of attending Blue Ivy's recital. What more screams loyalty than that? However, Jay is supposedly ignoring the whole scenario at this point. Many things, man. He came out to me and I informed him that this was crucial since, as you are aware, he had a performance and needed to be on the floor. Bad Boy commemorated 20 years of successful music. Additionally, this is an extended family. This is extended family, and you have supported me through all of my highs and lows. You've supported me through all of my highs and lows, and you always pick up new skills when I run into problems. Here, my brother is the person I refer to as my strategist. This brother, yes, sir, this evidence. Jay-Z is now saying that he and Diddy were never really that close, but how can you skip a significant event like your daughter's recital to perform on stage with someone you don't know? Let's go back to 2023, when Diddy and James Corden got into a vehicle and sang carpool karaoke. He said unequivocally that Jay is the only one, apart from his mother, who is permitted to address him by his official name, Sean. That sounds like more than just a casual acquaintance. Additionally, Diddy received a BET Lifetime Achievement Award in November 2023, only a few months before Cassie dismissed her claim. Can you guess who recorded a tribute just for him? Yes, Jay-Z. Furthermore, he doesn't do it for everyone. Oh, and don't forget the video that goes viral of Jay at Diddy's mansion, naked and greasy, with Diddy wishing him a happy birthday. Just industry peers, isn't that how it sounds? When Diddy got into a vehicle with James Corden for carpool karaoke in 2023, the only person except his mother who is permitted to use his official name is Jay, he said bluntly. Not approved. No, you're not. I love you, but Sean. I am grateful that you are unaware of me. Yes, there is only one individual in the entertainment industry that has Sean's approval. Oh, I'll name him Sean. It's Jay-Z. We both go by Sean. Alright, I see. No one else was able to phone me. Sean, he is the only person Sean approves of. Other than my mother, nobody else in the family should be contacting me. Yes, I should be getting a call from that. Sean, that sounds like more than just a casual acquaintance. Additionally, Diddy received a BET Lifetime Achievement Award in November 2023, 2 months before Cassie dismissed her case. Guess wrote a special tribute to him in honor of Diddy. Yes, Jay-Z. Furthermore, he doesn't do it for everyone. And don't forget the video that goes viral of Jay in Diddy's home, shirtless and greasy, with Diddy singing him a happy birthday. That doesn't exactly scream, just peers in the industry do it. Cheers to your birthday. Happy birthday, my dear buddy. Thank you, and happy birthday. We both had a big birthday today. Yes, but wait. Avoid dozing off throughout the game because yes, but wait. The game is also supposed to be in Tyrese's next documentary, so don't sleep on him. The Game said on Drink Champs in 2022 that Diddy asked him to record an album, but no music was produced for 2 whole years. Rather, they just took a round-the-world flight while Diddy lavished him with expensive presents. He then brought it up once again when The Game appeared on Vlad TV after the Diddy accusations. Diddy and I partied non-stop for 2 years, particularly in Atlanta, without recording any songs. Resurfaced on Vlad TV after the fans' exposure of the Diddy accusations. Kicking it with Diddy for 2 years, no recordings, just constant partying, particularly in Atlanta. I started having a great time with Diddy, and we spent 2 years together. Yo, with your demo that you know, bad boy, Diddy said, even though we had never visited the studio. Hello, Playboy, hey, come watch Playboy. Go, Playboy. Yo, we ever going to rap? I ask. For example, yo, but the jet is departing 5, we're heading to Miami, Playboy. As you are aware, we are traveling to New York. Playboy, we're in Atlanta this weekend. Pop out. And Diddy and I were traveling everywhere. Additionally, if you believe and if you think that's crazy, you're only getting started. The source of it is even more extensive. Tyrese's planned documentary may be attracting more well-known figures, beginning with producer and longtime buddy Stevie J. Diddy. The transcript claims that producer Lil Rod's crazy lawsuit, in which Stevie was mentioned, alleged that Diddy openly boasted about hooking up with Stevie. Additionally, Stevie reacted back too forcefully when 50 Cent criticized him for standing up for Diddy. I mean, very defensive. Everyone is now waiting to see what 50 will say about him in the documentary. There's absolutely something in the works. Stevie J's vehement reaction, in which he defends Diddy and asserts that he hasn't seen him acting inappropriately in 29 years, is included in the transcript. He also criticizes 50 Cent, calling him Uncle Tom, and cites additional charges against him from people like Tatted Up Holly and his other baby moms, implying that 50 is attempting to undermine the black community. I'm just here to say that I've never seen my man do anything repulsive like they talk about. I mean, I've known him for 29 years, and then it's like with guys like 50. I don't know what my man does in their bedroom, that's what they do. Uncle Tom cast like that, you know what I mean. It's like you want to place me now. I'm not sure if you guys began publishing what 50 said about me. You guys are aware, of course. Yes, ever since the Cassie case, 50 has been pursuing Diddy and all those connected to him for months. Yes, you understand what I'm saying, but you can't ignore it. It seems that no one is reporting on what the Tatted Up Holly said, that he had beaten her, and from what I understand, his other baby mother also claimed that he had beaten her. I just take this as evidence that he is out to undermine the black community more than anybody else. Machine Gun Kelly comes next, who next up is Machine Gun Kelly, who was formerly contracted to Bad Boy and was often seen having a wild time with Diddy. MGK even alluded to have seen some crazy things about Diddy, according to the transcript, although he naturally kept the specifics to himself. He referred to Diddy as a walking corporation and said that being around him was abnormal, as if his whole existence was insane to see. Wasn't typical, you know what I mean when I say that his whole life seems insane to look at, because I always make effort to maintain my normalcy, but that mother is like a living company. Not to be overlooked are Rick Ross and DJ Khaled for the time being. Jonathan Lil Rod Osai, Diddy's former employee, said in the transcript that both of them were also exposed. People are still trying to put together what really happened, so whatever he said must have been hot. Jonathan reportedly said that Diddy had engaged him especially for those sessions while he was being questioned by the police. And it gets crazier yet. He said that he attempted to speak out after he supposedly had an STD from Diddy. Diddy reportedly dispatched Rick Ross to hush him at that point. Jonathan said that Diddy, DJ Khaled, and Rick Ross were all frequent attendees at those crazy events and that they were all intimately engaged. Ross and Diz are excellent friends, but they're homosexual. The fact that Ken, Ross, and Eddie are all homosexual, alright, DJ Challenge PJ and Rick Ross, they're all homosexual. Yes, I did get you. As so, yes. Many males in the business may have supposedly given up their man card during Diddy's notorious parties, as Terrence Howard said. We haven't even touched the surface, to be honest. According to the rumor, there are many more names that haven't even been mentioned yet. In other words, what if someone was seen out and about with Diddy and is now feigning to have never met him? Yes, give them a serious side eye. All we can do now is wait for the release of 50 Cent's highly anticipated Did He Do It documentary series. However, in the meanwhile, how do you feel about Terrence Howard's allegations that Diddy attempted to smash him? Who else, in your opinion, ought to be revealed next? To ensure you don't miss the next shocking episode, hit the like button, share this with your friends and family, leave a comment below with your opinions, and remember to subscribe. I hope to see you at the next one.